As I'm checking Karina's back, it feels very nice and warm, her back, but the rest of her body looks like it's kind of cold, and I know I'm kind of cold. I understand that there's been a lot of odd weather this year, so let me ask you all this. Do you think global warming is real, or do you think it was just a big scam to get us to pay carbon taxes? Or do you think it was a scam for Al Gore to make a lot of money? Or to play into that green thing, so we're all green, saving the planet? I'd like to know your opinions on that, or what you think is going on with all of that. So I'm just going to do a little relaxing work for Karina today. And see what we find. So I'm just going to apply some oil. And when you're doing a relaxing massage, you really don't want to take the time to work out a lot of things going on in the back, knots and that kind of thing. You want to just keep it more in the line of being relaxing. And if you do come upon something, have a little brief moment with it, but basically stay with the relaxation work. There are different reasons to get massaged and different ways to go about it. So the relaxation work that I do is basically Swedish technique. And it's the same routine that I do, but I stay with the routine completely and don't divert myself into other things. And I also don't go as deep, like under the shoulder blades, when I'm doing relaxing work. So sitting here, I'm just going to go through this. I know many of you have seen this routine several times, and there's a lot of it, so you can check back on those other ones, other videos if you like. I'd also like you to know what you all think about here in Austin. The city seems to think that we're so green and so good to the planet because we're not using plastic bags anymore. But yet we have plastic water bottles and plastic juice bottles and plastic all sorts of things, shampoo bottles. So I have to ask you all, do you think that stopping using plastic bags is really going to have much impact on the environment when we have so many other plastic containers? I'd like to find out what you all feel about that, if you've ever even thought about it. What's good about being relaxed as I'm working into her is sometimes when we relax down more, our brain can settle down a little bit because the stress hormones aren't there, and we can actually think a little clearer. Might be good for us to do from time to time. So, keeping the low back nice and soft. Once you get a routine down for relaxation work, if that's the kind of work that you do or that's what you're going to do for your friends or family, it's really important for all of you out there to consider doing things for yourselves that do relax you down, because a lot of stress in the system is not good for your health overall. The body can't heal as well when there's a lot of stress going on, among other things. And I know it's really quite stressful. There's so much going on right now in the world and probably in your lives. But somehow we have to make ourselves a little more immune to the stresses and just know that that's going to happen. Just get through it easily, because we do have a choice in how we're going to respond. But we don't have a choice about plastic bags anymore. Okay, so there's one side of the back. I'm going to go to this side and block all the cameras, so that's not going to work. So I'll just do it from this side. Yeah, I'm going to modify this next bit because otherwise you're just going to see my back. So we're going to modify. Maybe you're working somebody that is not on a good table, and you have to modify a little bit. So keeping in mind what you did on the other side, the routine that you're coming up with. Okay, and then a little awkward sometimes to modify because the hands are so used to working in a particular way, but it's good practice to try it a little differently, still keeping it a relaxing work. Coming back up this direction. And around the shoulder. Okay, now we're going to work ourselves down to the low back. This is all working pretty good. And up we go. So here I'm just on the other side. I'm working completely different than my normal body positioning. So please understand, some of comments have been about my body posture during these things. Be mindful that we're dealing with cameras and I am not always in the best form. And that sometimes the cameras make my eyes burn. And when that happens, I need to wipe them with my wrist. Okay. And it does change somewhat when you do get to a different side. It's just awkward to do it. But you can still cover everything that you need to. And then once you get the other side done, at least on this routine that I have, then you can work from the middle and work along the spine and the SI joint area. This is very relaxing in here. Just kind of let that low back let go. Take some long, kind of slow. You know, the thing about relaxation massage is to work slowly and to be very deliberate in what you're doing. Origins to insertions. Let the muscle relax. This is just a little test at the occipital base and the sacrum. Feeling a little stretch, fascial stretch along the spine. And then I'm going to just work up the spine on one side since I'm unable to get to the other side of the table. And this side as well. Yeah, Karina's definitely a guitar player. You can always tell what kind of vocation people have by the way their muscles get developed. So it's important to remember that sometimes we have to do things where we're lopsided. We want to make sure that we keep both sides of our body in as much balance as possible. And I'm going to spend some time up here at the neck and also coming into the shoulders a little bit more. Okay. Now there's something that's really nice way to end a massage if it feels like you want to take the time to do it. And I have shown it in other videos a little bit, but I'm going to show you here. I just put my hand up to the top, to the occipital base, and spread my hand out across from the sacrum and meld my hand into where I feel like I'm part of that tissue of her back. And then very slowly, without a lot of pressure, it's really almost like a tickle under the hands. This is lighter than what I showed earlier today on another model. But just go up nice and slow. And you can feel sometimes relaxation happening under your hand. You can do this 3 or 4 times. I'm moving a little bit quicker than I probably would if I was in a session. But it's just a very slow move. You also will feel little stuff going on up at the neck. Little releases happening of soft tissue. It's kind of a nice way to end a relaxation massage, or anything for that matter, but can't remember where I picked this up from, some other course that I took over the years. I think it was in a Bach flower class. And just take it like that, and then spread shoulders, and you can wrap the body with both sides if you like, or one side. Okay, and there we are. So now that her back is still warm and even warmer, let me know what you feel about global warming or global cooling.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. And I think there's a little bell up there that you can hit that you'll get a notification every time we post. So if you want to, you can hit that too. But thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it.